Hi, my name is Steve, my business partner Austin, and today we're going to look at content marketing and how you go about selling that to local businesses. So, first off, I'm going to recommend including this in your package. So, we're not going to necessarily just go out and sell content marketing, but we're going to have a whole big, uh, package that we give out to businesses, and this is going to be part of it. So, but here's the part that you need to explain to your customer is that they've been burned oftentimes by people that post stuff and they don't get results. So they hired somebody off of Fiverr that's a social media uh, person, and they post stuff on Instagram and all these places, and it does nothing for their plumbing business. And Austin gave me today Santa Claus, Indiana plumber. So very nice town, Austin. If we look over here, um, we'll see what kind of stuff if anybody is posting stuff in Santa Claus, Indiana. Oh, that's the hardware store. I probably don't want them. Let's see. Let's go to Jay's Specialty. I'll pass him. We'll go here. How Jay's Specialty is ranking that high is very surprising with that 1-star review.
I guess there's not many plumbers. This guy's like way outside of.
Yeah, and so this guy's outside the range, but because there's not too much competition there. But let's see what we got here. All right, so at least he gave enough stuff here that you can tell that he's a plumber. Established his area pretty good. So even though he doesn't post a lot in this particular area, you don't necessarily have to. So, but what we're trying to do when we're posting, a lot of times we're posting in areas that are a little more competitive, is that we're trying to get our name out there. We're trying to let Google know each and every day that we're doing jobs. So if not the hardware store, but any of these other ones, in a perfect world, you'd want to get at least one in a week. If you could get in every day, that'd be even better. And for let's say let's go up a little bit.
There is no up.
Okay, that is as high as I can get. So let's say that you're this guy, and all you got to do is put a little picture of whatever you've worked on, and say completed a job in Santa Claus, Indiana today. Fix the faucet, something like that. And if you can do that, that will keep you. It will keep him at the top, and it'll bring all these other people up if they could also do the same. Now things do take a little time. You can, we've talked about this. You need to set the expectations that within 3 to 6 weeks you can start to make an impact. 3 to 6 months you'll make a serious impact. What does content marketing really do? So we've talked about posting and all those types of things, but there is a definite connection between the content and new additional leads. So you're not just posting stuff up that to the businesses, they might think that's all you're really doing, is just putting something in there. But what you're trying to do is get extra leads. And every single time you post up, generally you'll get some people to look at it. So what you're going to do is you're going to repurpose what you put in Google Business Profile. You're going to put something in Facebook for this particular plumber. And that's pretty much all you got to do for plumbers. Like LinkedIn doesn't do anything for them, at least not much. So those two spots, you put something in, and you'll get some extra leads. It's going to happen. It happens every single time if you're consistent. They think content marketing is kind of a luxury, not something they need. They don't want to spend money on it. They can find somebody that can do it for $200 on Guru.com or Fiverr, any of those. So they're kind of comparing you to them. And so you've got to explain why your stuff is more important and how you're tying everything together, how you're tying in the website, you're tying in the content, you're tying in Facebook, all these things together, and that's what's going to make the difference. So you're not selling your little post, you're selling the visibility, trust, and extra presence you're getting by doing this work for them. Content marketing feeds all of the other things. It's your SEO feeder almost. That's where your consistency helps on your search engine optimization every time. It helps your Google business profile, your social proof. All those things are working together when you're doing content. And you need to position this as the fuel to what's going to get their website ranking higher, their Google business profile moving up, which leads to more calls and more business for them. So whatever they're paying you, it's going to be worth it because they're going to make more of that in business they've gotten back. So use a simple analogy. Google business profile website is the storefront. Content is what gets people walking down the street. So you want them to walk down the street, they see your business, they walk in. That's exactly what you're trying to get done. So you need to kind of frame it that way and let them know, what you're doing and why you're doing it, and that ultimately it's gonna lead to more customers, which is what they want. And don't try to tell them that it's going to happen the first week or second week, because like I said, it's going to take you a little bit of time to get started, and then they will start seeing a difference. I'm going to turn over to Austin now.
So for your pitch, you want to work with their specific business. Show them why they're invisible, why they're not ranking. Just do a quick audit. No content, no reviews, not much. Just a little audit showing what they're doing wrong. Tie content directly into one outcome they care about. So more calls, more revenue, more reviews, more foot traffic, and then more revenue. Use a real before and after example or case study of work you've done. And then frame the pricing around the outcome, not the deliverability count. So do more visibility instead of 4 posts a week. So here's some objections they could have and how you'd handle them. Oh, I tried social media and it didn't work. But what they were posting was without any strategy. How do I know this will work? Set expectations, 2 to 3 months, show leading indicators like impressions, calls, profile views before lagging ones, like leads. Can't I just do this myself? Well, it'll take time and there'll be a consistency issue. And you wanna close them in. Recap the reframe. Content marketing isn't a cost, it's what makes everyone else they're paying for actually work, or everything else they're paying for. And CDA, the call to action, offer a free content audit or free sample post to prove value before asking for a retainer.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to that. It's pretty self-explanatory. The content marketing is the fuel for the engine that's going to get them the extra business. So you frame it in the right way, you set the right expectations, and your customers will be happy with that. Under promise, over deliver. That's how you got to do it in this business. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.